Gentlemen in this Life Gains audience, we've all lived to see another Friday, which means we are a few hours away from a new episode of Power. This one's going to be Power, Episode 7, Season 2 of Book 2. And there have been leaks all over the place this week. I'm talking leaks like Swiss cheese in a frying pan, just bubbling the hell up everywhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an African American sighting, a legitimate African American, not a Candace Owens, not a Terrell Owens. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the big homie, the living legend, Larry, in the building. What's happening, my brother?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man. All is good in the hood. So yeah, man. How are you? I like that. I like that hoodie there.
You know?
Is that some swag they sent you?
No, this is swag I created and sent them. How about that?
I like it.
Yeah, man. I'm just telling the people, man, we're just happy we've got through another week. It's been some weird stuff going on. It's been some craziness. COVID is on the rise. This is my first time, Larry, believe it or not. This is the first time ever I've done a live stream Monday through Friday night. First time ever. I don't like to do it. I don't like to do it.
That's a lot of live streaming.
It's a lot of live streaming. Larry, in that time span, 50,000 views just on the live streams itself.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there.
But this is what's important. Let me shout out everybody, Larry. Already in 2 minutes, we've got 60 people watching us. Give us the thumbs up. Continue to show us that great love. Shout out to everybody that showed up to my interview with Atkins Esterman, who plays Aceto on Hightown. Shout out to the good brother Dominique Santana, who plays Suge Knight in All Eyes on Me. Then he plays Chuleta on Hightown. He was a real G. That's what his name is, Chuleta. He was a real G. He let us in, Larry, on a lot of stuff you've told people that happens behind the scenes. Oh, he was letting it fly last night, Larry. He won't hold him back, and I appreciate that, brother, for that. And just you, the audience. I mean, y'all showed up. When we get these celebrities to come and talk to us, they do want to see some numbers. And I'm very thankful that y'all showed up. Y'all gave me some numbers. And guess who I'm interviewing this coming Wednesday, my people? In my interview series, in my motivational series to help people learn and be inspired by various artists, various people in entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, coming through on Wednesday at 9 p.m., none other than my brother, the living legend Larry. The living legend Larry, my people, will be here on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. He's going to talk about his rise on YouTube, his demise on YouTube, then he rises again on YouTube, what it takes to be a tech YouTuber, and just how does he manage personal life with his YouTube channel. He's going to be here taking all your questions. And if you guys are feeling real nasty, I might even ask him about his TV viewing and some power questions. Let's get into it, Larry.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun. Download the podcast, my people. The podcast is back up and running. Anytime I go live, I will upload it on the podcast. And tonight, Larry, I just got to get your opinion before we do some deep diving. Tell me how you feel about this last episode of Power, episode 6.
I thought it was a really good episode. I enjoyed it. It left me with a lot of questions about Effie.
Okay.
I was in there when I came out of that thing. I was like, I think Effie might be a snitch. You know,
a snitch.
She showed up. You know, because we don't know a lot about Effie. We've been a lot throughout since the show's going. She showed up. A lot of people have been asking questions like, who's Effie? What's her background? Who are her parents? There's all these questions about is Tejada her daddy, or is Too Bit or not Too Bit, or what's his name, Mecca or somebody. It was all these questions about who she might have, who much she might be related to, and how she got in this game. And I'm not gonna say that she's clean. I think she's dirty, but I think she's a snitch. And she came in there asking way too many questions with Tariq. She really wanted to know stuff, and it was just she was too slick with the way she was asking and getting information. And I kind of call this last episode the Tariq snitching on himself episode, because he just basically just gave everything up to Effie. He told Braden everything. He was just snitching on himself, you know?
And the thing is, Larry, he don't have no leverage on Effie. He has, ladies and gentlemen, we have another outstanding African-American in the batting booth, warming up. Excuse me, the bullpen warming up, ready to get in here, drop his opinions. So you know what his name is. Just my opinion. The big homie, Brandon Keith.
Hey. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's going on? B. Avery in the building. How my brother doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Is this my first time having all three of y'all together on one day this year?
Yes.
So.
It is.
Yeah.
What's good, Larry? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
That's what's up.
I feel like if we get some boxing gloves ready, we can call Sharonda.
Oh Lord!
Hey, let me know. That sounds good.
Bruh,
that sounds good.
We don't need Sharonda to be a punching bag when we about to have one take big dog up here in a little bit. That's going to be the punching bag, because I got some hot takes for this PeaceMaker shit we about to talk about. Oh Lord, boy, I can't wait for him. But let me get through this. B. Avery, give me your opinions of Power episode 6 from book 2. What'd you think? Are you feeling the same way Larry feeling about Effie?
I want to say a good point, Larry. I didn't think about that, but now hearing you say it, it makes a little bit of sense. She did just kind of pop out of nowhere at that moment. But I mean, she really could be genuine. She really could be being genuine, you know, like, because she said, hey, I'm here trying to help, you know, time of need. But I mean, I never thought about that before, but it's definitely possible she could be a snitch. So interesting. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah, I don't trust her, especially after the way she did him over at Choke.
I don't trust her either. I think she's motive driven. I don't know if she's a snitch as much as I just think she's motive driven. Because Tariq, he's trying to be the next Ghost. He knows nothing about this woman. He don't know who her ex-connects was. He don't know nothing about her. We don't know nothing about her. And he just got finished talking to his devil daddy, Kanan, who said, don't trust nobody. Then his lawyer told him, don't trust nobody. And then who shows up at his door, give him the panty drawers and both their patent leather pants. And he starts singing like a mockingbird. Come on, Tariq.
Panty drawers, yeah.
I do have a prediction, a little late game prediction, but I think Tariq is going to convince either Monet, Mecca, or maybe what's his name,
Kane,
Tejada, to take out Kane.
Oh, Lorenzo.
Yeah, Lorenzo, because Kane's, or maybe not take him out, but to snitch on, because Kane's got to go down for this. They're not gonna let just a black dude walk away from potentially being a cop killer. You know, and so somebody's going down for this, and Tariq's gonna convince somebody to take Kane out or to take him down for this, because we know that it's his show, so we know at the end of the season he's gonna be okay, and he can't kill Kane, because if he kills Kane, then we know that Lorenzo and Monet are gonna come for him. The whole family's gonna come for him if he kills him. So, you know, I think he's going to convince somebody to do that job for him.
Okay. So I'm going to get you guys up to speed on some of the stuff that's happened this week. I mean, they've been leaking trailers like the women be leaking that Freaknik in Atlanta, just leaking the hell everywhere. I mean, hey, bro, don't forget I got jokes now, Larry. I just don't be. My wife told me, since I done got these celebrity interviews, that obviously my style is working. So she's let me peel a layer back. I can really dig into my comedy now that I was trying to restrict a little bit, but she let me dig now. So they dropped a trailer this week where we had this chick pop up, and everybody's trying to figure out who the hell is she, who she's working for. Your boy presented a video where I figured out who the hell the chick is. Earlier this season, do you guys remember when Monet was being stalked by somebody driving a red IROC playing Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah.
Same chick. Same chick.
But didn't
go ahead.
Didn't they have? I thought that was some setup from Lorenzo, not Lorenzo, but Mecca.
That's why I made this Mecca's Killer Avenger. You got Mecca as Hulk, you got Chef Assassin as Thor, and then you got the female Black Widow that is really black.
Okay.
Mecca's Killer Assassins. And so the question is, how in the hell is Lorenzo, who just got out of prison, how is he going to contend with a man who has the money? He's got the connections. Look at this equipment. Now, the thing that's me and B. Avery, we go to the gun range. They don't really and truly make guns that have a laser that run like this. That ain't been used since like the Second World War. They usually have a beam nowadays, not no laser like this.
Right.
But they try to let you know that he's got the heavy artillery. So B. Avery, what is Lorenzo going to do to contend with this dude?
Man, I have no idea. I really don't know. I have nothing, zero.
I don't know
I'm
either.
sorry.
I don't know either, man. Like,
yeah,
bro,
I would just have to make something up, like.
Yeah, make up something, because I don't look.
He gonna pull his Iron Man suit out the basement and go to town. I mean, like, I know. I have no clue.
Well, Larry, what you think? What is Lorenzo gonna do? What is Lorenzo's ace in the hole? Because they didn't pull the man out of jail for nothing, Larry. You know they're gonna set him up to look right somehow, some way.
Well, I'll tell you this: if he finds out who Zeke is, then he realizes he already has his ace in the hole, just waiting right there. All he has to do is just keep Zeke in the passenger seat wherever he goes, and he's cool. Come on, Zeke, let's go get something to eat. Come on, Zeke, let's hit the Ave and go shopping.
Man, like when and let me say this too. I'm sorry to be doing all these plugs, fellas, but it's just been a lot going on. For those of you that enjoy seeing my wife on reviews, guess what? Because of all the things that have happened this week, she has decided she's going to finish these next couple of episodes of Power out with me live on Sunday. What does that mean? That means that I really get to turn up my crazy to 100. Normally I'm a 10, but when the wife is right here beside me, the whole goal is to make her make crazy faces, so I go to a 100. So you think you've seen something, you ain't seen nothing. So I get my co-star right here with me. So she'll be here Sunday. We go live between 2 and 4. But then, fellas, there was more leaks that came out. Now, you guys know that it feels like Professor Addiction is about to lose her job on this show. And you guys know why she's about to lose her job. Because I had to break up with her ass. Because she couldn't get her shit together. And B. Avery, I'm crying. Hold on, let me get my tear. I'm crying, man, because I love that woman. Bruh, like, how many dudes you know is going to actually try to save a woman that they know is community peen, okay? Community PP, right? She has had penis in her from her subordinates, which was Zeke. She had penis in her from her colleagues, which were Professor Jabari, and she done had police dick from Kevin Costner, Waiting to Exhale, Detective Kevin. And your boy was still going to be there for her till she couldn't get her stuff right this season. So they dropped the trailer. They dropped the trailer this week in which she's talking to Councilman Tate. And she has lost her job. Somehow, some way, she's lost her job. Now, let me show you guys what probably happened to cause her to lose her job from the last episode. And I can't get enough of this clip.
You're fucking him because you were too busy fucking Zeke. You're fucking him. You're fucking him. You're fucking him.
The look on her face. Hilarious.
So apparently we have to stop calling her Professor Addiction. I done gave her a new nickname because I'm still heartbroken. Because in honor of all the leaks that Power has dropped this week, her new name is Professor Follow the Drip.
Wow.
So,
wow. Damn.
Wow. Professor Follow the Drip.
Wow. That's something else
question,
right there.
The question I give to you first, Larry. Can you see her going to Tate's story? Because when Tate is the one that's talking to her in this clip, when he's telling her, you got to pick up the pieces and move on. Can you see her following Tate going to influence?
I mean, they already set it up. We know she's going to be on Tate's show. I mean, you look at, we already know that she's an attorney and a former prosecutor,
right?
And they made a point of bringing her and Tate together so that they can meet in the in this case on campus in the classroom. They made a point of bringing them together so they have this relationship. So, I mean, they're setting it up so that when he's on his show, she's going to come through there. I mean, whether it be that she comes through, maybe he gets himself in trouble and he needs an attorney, or maybe she comes in and works as a political consultant or something. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to run, because he's already setting up his run. You know, he's trying to get opposition research on that other dude. I wouldn't be surprised when he actually runs if he goes to her and says, "Hey, look, we've had our differences, but you're brilliant, you're smart. We need you know the game. I need someone that can run this campaign." And because she's out of work and needs to stay in the mix, I wouldn't be surprised if she said yes. And we see her right up in her show. So
love it. So Larry,
right next to Ramona.
No, that's exactly what I. B. Avery, give me your. That's exactly what I was about to say. He gonna take me. Go ahead, B. Avery. This guy. And shout out to the big homie T Streams, my people, coming through with the fat $25 super chat. What's up, squad? By the way, Professor Milgram is a dead woman walking, and Lorenzo was a boss. I'm sure once the word spread, he's out. His soldiers will come through. T-Streams has a YouTube channel. Link is in the description. Check him out. T-Streams, this is for you, my brother. Always coming through, making that money.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, baby, let me tell you something. If a whore ain't paying y'all bills, that's the last thing y'all should be worried about.
I'll tell you. And T Streams be up in he's up in there in the virtual world whooping people's asses, talking about he's getting in fights on the his Oculus.
He did.
I've been following his VR endeavors, man. They're straight up comedy.
Look, if you guys want to see what T Streams is doing with his technology, go check out his YouTube channel, man. And he has told me he is going to come up here with the fellas and break bread with us in terms of talking about TV shows and what's going on his channel. Because dude was one of the original members of this Life Game team, and we want to see him come back. So, B. Avery, what do you think about Professor Follow the Drip and what her future might be?
I think she's going to end up smashing Tate.
Of course.
Yeah, that's just a foregone conclusion. She may end up dead. She may end up dead by the end of the season. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but either dead or in the hospital. You know, something serious is going to happen to her. You know, she's going to have a different mindset by the end of it. You know, somebody going to put her in her place. I don't know who it is, but she's going to get shook like a tree. So
maybe Lauren, maybe a Lauren will run her over in that nice little Beamer she has.
I think. Look, Lauren posted a video of her working out, picking up men the other day. Y'all missed the live stream where Lauren took a dude down, put him on her knee, and picked his ass up. She was in there doing squats with 10-pound weights and deadlifting 20 pounds and doing. I put that on the YouTube because I said Lauren working out because Lauren is tired of this shit she had to go through from Professor Dix. Let's take a look at it again.
You're fucking him because you were too busy fucking Z. You're fucking him. You're fucking him. You're fucking him.
Oh damn.
Oh my goodness, man. So
it was too much. Knocked B right off the stream.
Hey man, this show been doing some mess. So now, Larry, I got to take you here, brother. These women have been, except for Moochie and Nita, but the rest of the women, Larry, these women have been enjoying the way Monet had the nerve to put her hands on Diana and choke her like that, Larry. And then they're trying to say that it's Diana's fault that Monet shot that contractor. And Larry, did you see the joy on Diana's face when she brought her daddy home? Let me show you her teeth. Did you see the joy on her face? And did you see the joy on her? And you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of the joy when my daughter look at me. Look at the joy on my face.
Oh.
You know? So Larry, speak on this, man. Wasn't Monet wrong for trying to yoke up her daughter just because her daughter snapped her neck And she said, "Ma, what, you don't want Poppy home? Come on, Larry. Come with me."
Yeah. Monet's just mad because she was getting that good helicopter penthouse D, and now her daughter done messed it all up.
Thank you.
Now she's stuck there.
Yes.
Now she's stuck there back in her little nicely decorated hood house with her jailbird that just got home, walking around with his Jesus piece and and she was up there just smiling. She looked like she had one of them Colgate smiles, was up there cheesing all the way up.
Hold on, who was she getting the helicopter P from?
Mecca.
Oh, okay. They didn't actually show it though. Okay.
No, they ain't done nothing. They really haven't done. But Monet panties got wet because dude took her in a helicopter, bought out a restaurant,
right.
and then she tried to walk away. But B. Avery, I'm gonna say this to you: does this look like the face of a man you could say no to? Considering, considering this is the same dude that stalked your ass and then start doing Morris Code with your fucking dumpsters outside the house. Right. Come on, man. Yeah. You think you can walk away? Come on, man. Stop it.
And
he looks crazy.
He's your baby, and he's your baby daddy. You're not getting rid of him.
You can't get rid of him. Speak on it, B. Avery. What does Monet think? Get your hands off my Diana. Look at them teeth. Look, just look at that smile, man.
That's hilarious. That is a crazy smile. I like it.
I like it. She looking at her daddy. She looking at her father when she's doing this smile. That is some damn good acting.
I don't know if I'm mad at Monet.
She looked like somebody told her she's going to Disneyland.
Right.
I don't know if I'm mad at Monet though for taking it that far. I mean, maybe she took it a little too far, but I always appreciate when a parent or a guardian just sets the younger one in line and put them in their places. Like, listen, her, I brought you in this world. I can take you out. Because she was trying to be slick, and Diana's not a baby. She is an adult. So I'm not really. I mean, if she was, a teenager or something in high school or junior high, that's different. But Diana's adult. They're going around carrying. They got weapons on them. They moving weight. You know what I'm saying? So it comes with the territory. As far as Mecca, hell no, this dude ain't gonna let that slide. He's crazy. This right here revealed how crazy he was. I know you're joking, calling him like a stalker with the Morse code and stuff, but I didn't really pick up those stalker vibes initially. But with that picture right there, oh yeah, definitely. He's like, oh yeah, you're not gonna hear the last of me. And he may not even pop up next episode, but he is going to have some big impact, huge. All across the board by the time the season ends. And so that'll be, we got 4 episodes left. That'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, we got 4. I mean, I picked up on the stalker vibes, bro, because you getting all your you figured out who her son was to suck him down for information. You haven't talked to this woman in over 20 years. You find her house, then you got people riding by playing music that is going to do something to her mind, and then you outside her house rearranging. That's stalker behavior. That is stalker behavior if I ever seen it. And then you figure out, you give her a call, you find out, you meet up with her. If a man goes through not even a man, if a human being goes through all that to get another human's attention, they're not just going to walk away because you told them to go away. Look at that face.
Let me push back a little bit. I don't know if I want to go ahead and, like, the picture that we're looking at, that's stalkerish. But I don't want to go as far as saying that his previous behavior is two. One is because it's not like Monet doesn't love him. She clearly does. 2, they do have a child together that he does want to meet. And I don't care how old the child is. How old Zeke could be 49 years old. I mean, you have every right to want to meet your child, whether you have a good relationship or bad with the mom. And 2, anytime a woman is out and about, whether she's by herself and posted up, she will always rather the male to come up and say something to her rather than just stand over in the distance and stare. That's creepy. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all experienced that in our life. We've seen it in TV shows. We've seen it in movies. Like, oh my gosh, I wish he would just come over here and say something instead of just standing over there. And he did. He wined her and dined her and made all these offers and, stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that I approve of what he did. I just don't. I mean, I'm just conversing here. It ain't no big deal. It just as far as calling him a stalker early on, But definitely with that pick, you know, he is coming across the stalkerish now. So,
but B, let's not forget too that Mo has not told her husband that she has a child before them or after them. I guess I don't know when that kid. I don't know where Zeke falls in line.
He's the oldest. Courtney Kemp said the other night he's the oldest.
He's the oldest?
He's older than all the other kids, so he would be first.
So he's older than Kane?
He's older.
I think so.
He's older than Kane.
I think so.
Yeah, he's not even possible.
She had sex with Mecca before she had sex with Lorenzo.
Well, I mean, I know that I understand the logistics of it, but I'm just saying it doesn't even make. I mean, Kane clearly seems like he's the oldest one in that. I mean, he looks like he's the oldest one. He acts like he's older, but I guess. I mean, because Zeke is only supposed to be like a junior in college, because they're talking about taking him out early to go pro. Yeah. So I mean, if he's a junior in college, that only makes him 20, 21 years old.
Right.
So we're supposed to believe 21. That Kane. So we're supposed to believe Kane is like 20.
Good point.
Yeah, we're supposed to. Kane is 20.
On, Courtney. Now you're tripping. That doesn't make a lick of damn sense. We're supposed to believe that Kane is 20 years old. That's Kane some tomfoolery right there. I know you're supposed to suspend your disbelief, but that's taking it a little bit too far.
Or we could just believe that he's older than his academic year. You know, maybe he wasn't the smartest kid on the block, which is why Tariq is tutoring him. So maybe that can allude that he was held back a couple of grades. So he's legitimately a junior or a sophomore in college that's already like 22 or 23.
Okay, so let's say he's 23.
Right.
Let's say let's go on the high end and say he's 23. We're supposed to believe that Kane's 22 years old?
Yes. Yes.
Come on, man.
Mean, Larry, look how Kane dressed. You heard the daddy. The daddy said he wouldn't be dare caught in them clown clothes Kane be wearing.
Man, Kane looks like he's 32.
He do.
Yeah, he really do.
Yeah, he do. He do look old as hell. And that's because the man's lived a hard life. But
actually, fellas, I just Googled it. And I just Googled it. I Googled, is Kane or Zeke older? It says Kane Tejada is the major antagonist in Power Book 2. He is the oldest son of, it says Lorenzo and
Lorenzo.
Monet. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. Not the oldest son with Mecca. With Mecca, the militia Mecca. Militia man. That's what I'm gonna start calling him. Militia man.
I'm not buying that. I mean, because the timing doesn't work out. Like, I'm just not buying that Kane is supposed to be like this 22-year-old kid. Yeah, I mean, like it would make a lot more sense to me if they said, okay, like Kane is supposed to be the oldest. He's like, maybe he's in his maybe in his very late 20s, early 30s. And then Zeke came through, and maybe that's the reason why she never told Tejada, her husband, about Zeke, because that still wouldn't make sense, because if she was pregnant with Zeke, everybody else would know that she was pregnant, and no one else knows that Zeke is actually her kid. That part of the story is starting to fall apart if he's supposed to be the oldest, because it doesn't make sense now.
It fits to me because Daddy Tejada don't know nothing about the kid. So she was pregnant, had the baby, and had separated herself from this kid before she even met Daddy Tejada, for him to think that Zeke is the nephew. She was having nothing to do with Zeke in terms of being in her own household whenever she got with Lorenzo and started having babies. So it makes sense to me.
No, I hear you on the way the story is supposed to be, right. But Kane, I guess I'm just having a hard time thinking that Kane is supposed to be like this 22-year-old or 20-year-old. Because I mean, if Zeke is supposed to be, I mean, I'm going to say, let's just say Zeke actually redshirted for a year, and so instead of being a junior at 21, he's a junior at 22. That still makes Zeke. I mean, that still makes Kane 21 years old. That just, I'm having a hard time with that one now.
Okay, what you got, B. Avery? It says Zeke is the oldest. He was reportedly born in 1998, followed by Kane in 99, Drew in 2001, and Diana, sexy Diana, in 2002. There you have it, Larry.
Yeah.
It
could be 9 months. Not 9 months, but right at that time. Y'all get it. Y'all know.
Yeah, what they call them, ghetto twins or something. What's that
Irish
term?
twins,
Irish twins or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Shout out to the people. We got 195. Let us get 195 likes, please. And if you haven't subscribed to these two gentlemen's channels, please go subscribe. You're missing out on great content from Larry with the tech. You're missing out on fine cuisine in terms of reviews with my boy B. Avery. And I will be having these gentlemen for one-on-one interviews to talk about their road to prominence in their YouTube channels in the coming weeks. Larry next week, B. Avery coming up real soon. You guys stay tuned for that. We're going to switch gears here and go to a show that just came out this week on HBO Max.
Somebody said Larry. There was a police report that had Kane born in 97. Do we have some continuity issues?
Hey, Havoc 3E, find that report. Hit me on IG. That's definitely going to be a full video I'll make for you. Full video. Because
if that's the case, that's a continuity issue.
And then there's one more piece of information they said dropped, but no one can find me the clip. Supposedly Braden is going to get shot this season. And supposedly Monet is going to wind up shooting her own damn son, Kane.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, damn. Where it's like that, fellas? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. Come on. How does that make sense when who else does she have on her team other than her Kane? That's it. She's caught between Mecca and Lorenzo. Diana don't want to have nothing to do with her. Drew being pulled by Lorenzo to be the head of the organization. Tariq is out for self. All Monet got really is Kane unless she's going to kill Kane to go be with Mecca.
She may shoot him in the leg or something.
She doesn't need to kill him to be with Mecca. She could just kill him to prevent all, whatever else. And then maybe Lorenzo wants to come after her. So she goes to Mecca for protection. And Mecca's like, I told you, I always got you. And she didn't have to worry about anything because she's got her ready-made family over there. She's got Mecca. She's got her about to be NBA playing ball, a son. And she's good. She can sit back and wear furs and go to games and pretend like she was never a drug dealer,
But then you're gonna have the issue of Zeke already looked like he kind of, couple of loaf of bread short in the brains. Do you think he really gonna want to be dealing with Monet like that? When this truth come out, this is gonna be devastating truth. You knew the whole time I was your son. And you played me like I was your nephew. And then on top of that, you knew my daddy was here the last 3 months, and you hid that from me. And you see how Mecca was stalking his own damn son?
Well, I agree with you. I think that it's going to be an issue for the daddy part. Like, you knew my dad was here and you didn't bring it up to me. But she could very easily explain it away and say, look, you've been going through a lot with school, with these cases. I was just trying not to complicate your life anymore and mess your head up in the with your NBA prospects. But your dad's been there. He's been watching you from the sidelines. He's the one that helped you get out of jail. He's been there, and we were just waiting for the right time so that we can go ahead and introduce you. But I'm not 100% convinced that he doesn't know that Monet is not his mom. Because he might be in one of those situations where he knows, like, I can't call you mom. I have to call you aunt because of the situation with your husband. He might know. She might have told him, look, this is what it is. I mean, we don't know what the relationship was before because when we met them, he was in college and Lorenzo was in jail. So we don't know what the situation was while they were growing up.
Hey, okay. B. Avery, what you think? That's a good point, Larry. That's a good point. What you think, B. Avery? Larry, I could buy that. I really could buy that.
I could buy it too. I won't bet on it, but I mean, it's possible. It can. I didn't look at it that way, but it's possible.
So, B.A., if I give you 10 points, will you buy it then?
Yeah,
10 points,
I
and you
think
got
so.
the home field advantage.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes Larry be just throwing stuff out there, but it be sticking sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Some of it stick.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys always think my ideas are crazy until they come true.
Not all of them, but I'll give you some of
all
them.
of
I'll give you some. You know, I'm a fair guy.
They're all correct in my head. They're all correct.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord is the question.
He gonna say Big Bird is the new Black Panther next, you know, or something like that. But
you didn't see that photo with Big Bird rocking the Black Lives Matter hat?
no,
Oh,
please
you
send,
know-
me, send me the link. Send me the link.
Yeah,
Big
send me
Bird
the
is
link,
black.
man.
Big Bird is just light skinned. That's why he's yellow.
I got you. I got you.
And you know what? That would solve the mystery because light skin has been in since slavery. So that's why Big Bird was the first main character on Sesame Street because his ass was light skin.
There it is. They thought he was more palatable. You know?
Oh, Lord.
That's what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us get on out of this. We've got 201 in the building right now. Let us get those likes. This will be put on the podcast about an hour after we get off. And there's some other stuff. All my interviews I've had are on the podcast. The live streams from this week on the podcast, go check it out. So this week, I had
one other thing I want to mention, if you don't mind, Lamont.
Yeah, go for it.
You remember? I just want to say that it seems like they're setting this relationship up with Tariq the same way that they have done with the relationship with Tariq and Lauren and Effie. The same way they set up the relationship with Ghost and Tasha and Angie. You know, Angela, because you have the one girl who's sort of the nice girl, the educated girl who wants to do something more with her life, and then you have the smart hood girl who knows how to work the game and run the game, and she's Effie. Effie is basically Tasha, and Tariq is sort of going towards that right now, and he's always sort of had a little something for Tasha, but he's going towards that. Effie's sort of Tasha. And then you have Lauren, who is Angela. And maybe eventually he goes and he does like Ghost did. He ends up getting with Tasha, the hood girl, or in this case, Effie. And then later in life, he meets up with Angela again, or in this case, Lauren. And then he goes and he wants to live a good life. He runs through his hood drug dealing stage, and he decides he wants to go legit. Can't go legit when you have a hood girl who wants to be in the streets, sort of like with Tommy wants to be in the streets. You have to get rid of those people, and you go to the person that you loved back in the day, which would, you know, for Ghost was Angela, and for him it would be Lauren. So they keep setting this. A lot of the dynamics they're setting up for these different shows seem to be very similar to the way they did it in the original show, and this seems to be another one. So.
I mean, Tariq got his hands full. Tariq, I said from the very beginning, he's in a quadrangle. He's slept with Lauren. He done slept with Effie. Diana is going to sleep with him and Effie. And then Tariq going to get a piece of Braden's sister. It's coming. It's coming. Just get your hands ready.
I do want that Effie and Diana.
Diana and Tariq, yeah, that's coming.
I just want to know if he's going to get with Professor Milgram before she's out the mix. No, because Professor Milgram like to discriminate. After I broke her heart and broke up with her, she said she's not dating people 5'8". She's not sleeping with nobody 5'8". But the problem is, them panty draws is humming down there because she ain't had none in a long time and she under stress. So somebody gonna get it. Times get desperate, you give it up. But, what I want to know though is after Zeke leaves and goes pro, and he's no longer responsible for him, and that whole thing about you have to make sure he stays on the straight and narrow if you want to stay in school is off his back. I wonder if he's gonna, is he gonna go out for the track team? I mean, is he on scholarship still, or is what's his name? Because isn't what's his name paying for his education right now? What's the white dude's name?
Stearns?
Isn't he paying for his education right now?
No.
Tariq?
Yeah, I thought he was paying for Tariq's education.
No, he ain't paying for the education.
I think he's just funding the drug thing. Well, no, he's not doing that either.
But he got him in there. He got him in there.
He He got
him in there with the explicit thing. You have to tutor this kid. You have to keep him on the straight and narrow to stay in school.
Yeah, he got him in there with that. Yeah, he did.
I thought he was paying for him. I thought he was paying for his education as well, because I thought Tariq's money was all tied up in that with his father's will until he graduated. So I thought Stearns was paying for all that.
No,
I think Stearns is helping him wash the money, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
No, it's Stearns' boyfriend that's helping him wash the money. Stearns' boyfriend is.
But Stearns doesn't even know about that. The boyfriend's doing some side hustle.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep. But in any event, people will be back with this on Sunday live. Fellas, they turned me on to a show called PeaceMaker. And if you guys can recall, the one take big dog who was here with us last week, he said, Lamont, one of the best streaming comic book shows you're going to see this year. I said, what is it? He said, it's PeaceMaker. I dropped my head like this. I said, wait a minute. I said, one take. I said, do you smoke one take? He's like, no, I'm not smoking. And I was like, one take. You do know that John Cena is the lead in this thing. And me and one take have watched wrestling together. You know, we watch wrestling, and it's directed and written and produced by James Gunn. You can't hold a man down. You start talking about it, your ears start burning. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here to defend himself because he's about to either be a punching bag or a parachute. It's the big homie. One take big dog.
There he is. There he is.
Hold on.
If you guys don't know this guy, this is our big homie, one take big dog. I'm so blessed that B. Avery is not the type of dude to share his friends with just himself. He at least makes everybody network.
Oh, yeah.
And I want you guys to subscribe to One Take's channel because he dropped a review this week that was so damn fire. It's the new review. It's the new review that I will always remember him by. You guys got to think about it like this. I remember Larry. The video that makes me think of Larry is when he did a bikini show with these women in DC that always make me think of Larry. B. Avery did a video where he was drinking bleach out of the bleach bottle because the movie was so horrible. But this is what I'm going to forever remember One Take by. Take a look.
What's going on, you guys? I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another One Take review. Yes, I initially said I am not going to be able to do this review till I get home. I am in LA right now. I'm in an Airbnb. I'm shooting this shit from inside a bathroom. But you know what? That's actually a perfect setting for this damn review because Cassie spent half of the episode in a damn bathroom, okay? So it fits perfectly, but the bathroom just don't happen to have the best light in the house. I initially was just going to wait till I got to the crib tomorrow and shot it. I was going to wait to even watch the episode, but we got back to the house a little bit earlier tonight. I sat down, it was chilling, turned it on, and there was absolutely, positively no chance in hell your boy was not going to get this review up to y'all tonight.
You guys have got to go see that review he did of the episode of Euphoria season 2, number 1. That thing is fire. But One Take, we brought you here to talk about PeaceMaker.
Yes, sir.
Can we give a shout out and clap though, Lamont, for the Spirited Away shirt?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. You already know.
That's what I'm talking about.
You already know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
So, One Take, before we let you, I'm gonna give you the floor first because I just kind of I threw some lobs at you right then. But let me show them the clip of what's going on in PeaceMaker in episode 4.
We're saving the world from a fucking alien invasion.
Butterflies can use any life form as a host.
Chihuahua?
Probably wouldn't fit.
Would be cool, though. This shit is getting goofy. I need to talk to Detective Song now! I'm no rat, but I'm spilling everything.
Technically, that exactly makes you a rat.
I was issued an arrest warrant. Get the troops together. Let's go get PeaceMaker.
What the fuck?
No!
You really aren't a bad guy. You just use being a jerk to push people away.
Your tits look stellar in that shirt. And I'm saying that as a compliment. That's not in a sexist way.
But if you would just be Chris Smith, people actually might like you.
We can't risk anything going wrong. We have to stop them.
It's game day, bitches! Let's go in there and kick ass like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Dude, they get slaughtered at the end of that film.
Oh, there's a freeze frame where we hear a bunch of bullets. That doesn't mean they died.
Yes, it does.
I don't think so. I think they jumped over those bullets right after that freeze frame.
That was my first time saying that.
Oh.
Okay, one take. Okay,
Yes,
now. For people that don't know, PeaceMaker is a DC comic, and let me give you guys the statistics before I let him go. PeaceMaker doesn't really have any powers. He can shoot and use any weapon known to man to the peak ability any man can do. He's been affiliated with Charlton Comics, Modern Comics, because he has a little bit of a background in all this American exceptionalism and bullshit, okay? So he's got that going on. You see his fucking mascot is an eagle that hugs him and shit on screen. This daddy is a racist who was also the Terminator 2 from the second Terminator. His dad goes to jail. They go Hail Hitler in jail and shit. And we supposed to believe that PeaceMaker is not racist, all right? And John Cena is playing PeaceMaker. The issue that I have with John Cena is I haven't bought into his comedy. Now, the stuff around Cena, some of it has been funny. But the only thing that made me laugh, and it was in a derogatory way, was Cena butt naked having sex with the butterfly. And you can tell damn well wasn't nothing really going on because he was pumping like you're in there trying to screw a horse. He was pumping. And that scene might be the reason Cena done got a butterfly injected in him. Having said all those things, one take. I'm gonna take it away, one take.
Whoa,
Oh yeah.
whoa,
Oh yeah. I pay attention to the details, baby.
So he wasn't shooting stuff at her; she was shooting at him.
Absolutely, she's a butterfly.
Okay.
Didn't you see how the butterflies? Didn't you see how the butterflies infect people? Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
He had it on. The fact that he had it ready.
Butterfly infiltration.
The fact that he had it ready, bro. That's the thing that got me, bro. What is happening? Now, listen.
Look, why y'all getting mad at me? That's what it's look. It says butterfly infiltration, man.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what PeaceMaker into, but I hope that ain't what happened to my boy. I hope he didn't. I hope he. I know he was in jail for a while, but I hope he didn't go that far with it. You know. Oh man. Listen. What I tell you though, I caught you before. I've been watching the show the whole time. You know, I just had. I was waiting on that cue when we switch over to PeaceMaker. As soon as it hit, I said, "Let me see what he got to say real quick. Let me see what he got to say." But yeah, I was ready for this because I told you what was gonna happen. Now I think B, you and E-Man got to see it earlier, and y'all didn't give anything away. Y'all really didn't tell nobody, so I'm happy y'all did that. So boom, we got to catch it and see it in all this. I want to say glory for sure because this thing not necessarily making PeaceMaker to be like the greatest person ever. Like he's still. Bro, he is a terrible human being. Like, no matter how you look at it. Then when you see his daddy, who is the worst type of person, bro. Yeah, bro, this man was saying some stuff. I'm like, yo, I understand this is R-rated, but for some reason, this feels kind of funny, dude. This dude is despicable. Like, 100% cannot wait to see this dude die. Cannot wait to see this dude
having
die.
A parade, yeah.
Bro, like dead ass. But like, I think it was just funny. You get this. I like the supporting cast around him. All of those characters seem to come off well.
They did.
Thus far, I'm like, okay, this is cool. And like, Vigilante was somebody that surprised me because I think I watched the Arrow CW Vigilante. He was a lot more serious. This one is comedic as hell, and I think his timing with John Cena, it just works well. I think James Gunn working with John Cena brings out the best in what John Cena is actually able to do as an actor.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm really like enjoying the show thus far. And I will before this has nothing to do necessarily with the episode. I do enjoy that opening credit scene. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
You talking about the song?
Yes.
The song. It's funny.
It ain't better than mine.
flying right in at the end.
I don't think it's better than mine. I think my boy Behavior can attest to that. But I like it.
Now I've already told y'all I'm loving Eagly. I'm not liking how he down here in love with racists and shit, but I am liking Eagly. I guess you can only do what you can do. But I still haven't bought into John Cena's comedy. Ooh. Even though this thing feels like a James Gunn project. It feels like that. And I guess in my mind, I'm still looking at John Cena as the wrestler who ripped a black person and started acting like he was black on wrestling to garner an audience, and his ass is corny. So I'm stuck with that. But everything else around this feels like James Gunn. It's almost like I wish I could put Star-Lord in place of John Cena to play Peacemaker. Then it would be a little bit more funny to me. But having said that, I'm sticking with it though. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I feel like John Cena is corny though. Like that's like even the whole hustle to loyalty, respect. You can't see me. It's always he's just a corny person. I think the role. I've never seen a role where John Cena was serious, and I'm like, okay, I believe. Because I think back to Fast 9 or even Bumblebee, when like they try to have him play serious, and it's like atrocious. So like having him be a big goof, I think that works better for him and like his ability as an actor.
Okay, B. Avery, jump on in there, my brother. What you think?
Yeah, just to push back on one take a little bit. I don't think he's atrocious, but I'm not gonna go as far as saying that he's a good actor. I mean, I've never seen him in anything that I didn't enjoy. I can't remember if it was 12 Rounds or The Marine, like one of his first films. I did like
Marine.
Yeah,
it was Marine. Marine.
Yeah,
I did like one of those.
Yeah, because Miz came next, right? It was John Cena, then it was the Miz.
Right. But this comedic role, to push back on you, Lamont, this comedic role for me is working. I mean, this is the perfect this role for John Cena is the perfect role for him with his personality to bring it, to the forefront, And so I think they really have something special with James Gunn. I do have to agree. Hold on, do y'all hear some feedback? I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was one take. That's one take over there cheering.
I'm over there cheering. That's me cheering.
Yeah.
That's me cheering.
I do agree with one take. The best part of the show for me is the intro. I love it. I smile from ear to ear every time the show starts because I love seeing them dance. I mean, that's dope as hell. The only thing that's disappointing about it for me is that I don't have enough friends here in Dallas that's willing to record it with me, because I would want to recreate that dance and put it up on YouTube because I just think it's that dope. I'm corny as hell. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm
in the city.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, me and one take, we're gonna have to put a music video together because I'm serious. I'll be doing it at home. Also, I like the Asian cop lady. I don't know why, but it's just something about her that I really like. And it's not
a fork.
It's not. So what now? Yeah. Instead of one, you just say a spoon. Yeah. He's like, I like her. And the thing about it, I want to go back to the intro. Like, you have this vast array of characters, but they're all able to do the dance together with a serious face. I just think that's really clever right there. Now, what is her name? What's her name? Leota? Is that her name? She on the fence for me. I'm still trying to figure out why she's there. Because she's like, this is my temporary job, and then what's her name? Hardcore, the white lady, was like, what are your skills and all that. I mean, I don't care about the lesbian relationship that she has or bi relationship that she has with her wife. Didn't bother me at all the first 2 episodes. But I was telling E-Man, I got really irritated when I don't want to say irritated. It wasn't a natural a conversation when they was in the back of the van doing the debriefing and the picture of the vagina popped up, and then she made such a big deal about it. And she was like, we're exploring, different forms of intimacy. You don't need to explain that. Like, if you like women, you like women. That's your business. It seemed like a forced You know, like, oh my God. Well, she like, what was the point of her saying, okay, well, I'm here on the mission and my wife decided to come with me and she's jealous because she thinks I'm choosing a job over her. Like that, it could have just been like, oh, I'm sorry, that's just a woman that I'm into that send me a picture, you know, and you still could have had the jokes. Go ahead.
But didn't the white lady tell her, you know, you need to separate yourself from anyone and you need to be alone? Didn't the white lady, I don't know her name yet.
She did say that.
Amelia
Harcourt, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was more about I get what you're saying, B. I think it was more or less by like why are you explaining this? I think it was like, hey, we're separated right now, so we're kind of like exploring like different things, like, you know, where we send each other news now. You know, before, like I was able to keep her around. We didn't have to do this because like we were always with each other, and I'm like, okay, now we like send each other news.
And the girlfriend had a huge attitude when she told her, you got to go.
Yeah, she was pretty pissed.
She told her, you got to go and take the dog too.
Yeah.
You got to go.
I mean, look, everybody likes representation, and so more and more we're seeing more LGBTQ representation in media. That's fine. I just wanted to feel natural and not like they're just, you know, just make it feel natural. You know, that's all.
Yeah,
and
right. So
the episode 3, that it just didn't seem natural to me. I feel like I'm hogging the mic, but I got so much.
No,
to say.
you good.
I'm sorry, good.
I love
because what you let me say something, Bia. What you say you feel about that not feeling natural is the same way I'm feeling about John Cena in some of his comedic scenes. It just don't feel natural to me.
I knew it was coming.
Thank you, B. Avery. I like that trampoline. Ooh. Yeah. The way John Cena was behind that butterfly.
And you stupid. I don't know about the I don't hold on. B. Avery's opinions ain't been what they used to. Shaking my head. We need the good old living legend to say okay. I don't know what they used to be Doe Gang Troops TV, but you know, hey, I'm keeping it real over here. I don't know about the butterfly going in Cena or whatever. And also he's been getting his ass whooped all season. He's been getting whooped by everybody. Judo man.
Judo must have beat the hell out of him.
Man,
is y'all talking about my man that looked like he's one of the lucha libres from the Mexican wrestling?
Judo master?
Yeah.
This dude right here.
Master would beat their ass.
Yeah.
The dude is like 2'10" and was whipping. He looked like a Mexican lucha libre for real.
Dude was going off he was like a little spider monkey, man. He was all over the place.
I never realized how small he was till like when he got out the car and stood by the other. I'm like, man. This dude.
Man.
And he was giving them the, when I say he was giving them the business, he was giving them the bit. Like the worst position for this guy to be in is up in the air because this dude was doing super kicks and man, this dude, bro,
drop kicks
bro.
Last thing I'll say before I give it to Larry is, you remember in the Suicide Squad movie, right before he killed, Rick Flag was trying to go over there and get the drive, and he was like, "Nah, Waller gave me orders. We can't let the information out." Rick Flag over there talking about, but they experimented on children. John Cena, Peacemaker, he didn't give a crap. He was like, "It don't matter." You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the mission. But then in this show right here, he's caring about the kids. He's like, you know, that's kind of inconsistent. You know, and I was like,
but it's not.
I think the Rick Flag thing is what got to him, and I think that's why they showed it at the beginning. Because if we see it, he technically doesn't kill anybody except for like the butterfly. Like he has like, I don't know what is it called? Like he's having a when like he's having
a crisis of conscience.
Yeah, something like that. I was about to say erectile dysfunction, but and the killer though. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
No, I get it too now. I get it too.
You got like a little mental block up there.
Man. Big homie Larry. Hey man, take the floor, man. What do you think about the first 3 episodes?
Man, I really liked them. I'll tell you, there was one thing that just disappointed me with this so far, and that was it was disappointing, and I enjoyed it at the same time, and that was just how graphic everything was, from some of the violence to the sex, because I have been watching you know, my niece and I had watched the first two Suicide Squads, partly because in anticipation of watching Peacemaker. Okay. And now I'm watching this and I'm like, she can't watch it.
Nope.
You know?
Nope.
And so that part is a bit disappointing. But for me personally, I really enjoyed it. There were so many parts of it that I really liked. Like, I know that like his dad is a racist piece of trash.
Yeah.
But considering who his dad is, Peacemaker is the dude's damn near enlightened considering who his dad is. You know, his dad thinks he's just like some hippie, you know. Well, he kept using the N-word on him or F-word on him, excuse me. And but
what,
I mean,
fascist? You mean fascist?
Gay derogatory F-word. You know, but considering who his dad is, he's come a long way, and I think that he's probably going to continue to go further. But there were so many points in this show that I liked. Like, I love that scene when he was out there. He was had behind the sniper rifle, and he just couldn't pull the trigger. And his friend, his best friend, who's often being pushed away, he's all, you know, Peacemaker's often shoving him away and telling him, go home, do this. He just gently put his hand on his shoulder and said, don't worry, buddy, I got this.
Yeah, I like that.
And then started taking the shots for him.
I did. I love
it was just really nice. And the thing that got me was Harcourt. She could have took the shot too, and she chose not to. Yeah. She could have simply moved over because she's just as highly trained in weapons as Peacemaker and Vigilantes, but she didn't do it. And
she's fine.
Yeah, she is fine. I was gonna say it.
And she's got nice tits. That's what Peacemaker said. I'm quoting Peacemaker, ladies. I'm quoting Peacemaker. Yeah,
they really played down her looks in the Suicide Squads because
they did.
I didn't even recognize she was as attractive as she is until I saw her in this.
She cut too, like you really see it in like the opening. I'm like, man,
But you know, bro. B, you were talking about you weren't sure what Leota's position was and why she's even there, and I think she's there to keep an eye on him because she's Waller's daughter, and I think that's why she's there. She obviously has certain electronic skills and whatever else, but I think she's there primarily to keep an eye on that crew.
I don't think it's necessarily tech skills though. I think it's something we haven't seen because it's like if Amanda Waller trusts you to like granted it seems to be her daughter, which I did not know that was going to be the case at all. It's very, very interesting considering. I think at some point we're going to have a situation in which her and Peacemaker going to have a conversation because Amanda Waller's a piece of shit too, and then Peacemaker's dad's one, so they're gonna probably have a conversation. Well, your dad is absolutely terrible. My mom, Amanda Waller's done some stuff too, so it's like probably gonna like, hey, we don't have to be what they are. And I think Peacemaker. I'm not gonna say Peacemaker gonna necessarily make amends for a lot of stuff he did because obviously this man's killed men, women, and children with no thought. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I think he's trying to impress his father, but I think they're gonna have a conversation where it's like, damn, we don't have to be who our parents are, or even any version of that. We have to just, we have to live for ourselves and try to be the best version of ourselves.
Good point, because go ahead,
man.
I was gonna say good point because at one point the leader, the black guy, he was like, yeah, I won't go as far as Amanda Waller. And she had a look on her face, like she didn't really know all the sinister, nefarious things that her mama be doing. You know, because I'm pretty sure y'all heard this before. Like parents say, "Hey, my kids don't need to know who I am, who I was before they were born." You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
You know, that's what came to mind when I heard that. You know, so
yeah. And they talk about this dude Murr. He's a killer. They talk about a lot of the dirty shit he's done. To the point where Cena seemed like there's a level of either respect or fear for this dude. Well, Peacemaker. Peacemaker.
Yeah, because he just like, bro, I heard about some of the stuff that you do. Like, you can't talk like at all. I'm like, damn, like what was Murn doing? Like, they got a group of people together who are just terrible.
The worst. So BA, what we got here? We got White Dragons Comics.
I wanted to ask one take or whoever wants to. I don't know not much about the White Dragon, but that's apparently what the white supremacist extremist is in jail. So anybody got any insight on like how badass of a villain this is in the comics? Or
I really know little about him. Like I think I did a little bit of research earlier today because I knew I was coming on here just to, like to see pretty much a little bit more about him. I don't think I know he's a former Nazi and probably like one of those worst human beings, you know, that you on the planet, you know.
Okay.
One of those kind of guys.
I got you.
The only thing I know, B. Avery, is that when this character was created, he was kind of created to be the reversal of what Marvel had done a lot with their kind of white nationalists, their group of people during that era. That's all I know. And I didn't want to research because I wanted to just learn from you guys on this particular area and just really comment from someone who didn't know the lore of PeaceMaker and his dad.
Man, and he got a lore. I mean, he got an arsenal, man. That weapons closet, man, in there. That
let me show you that again. The helmet and all the different helmets.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's like the Batcave.
That caught me completely off guard. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
That's a part of me wondering, like, why is this dude not already in jail? Though? Like, I know he's done some terrible things in his life. Why is he not already in jail?
I mean, that's when the police arrested him. Wasn't y'all expecting them to infiltrate the damn white cave? Because that's what I'm gonna call this shit, the white Nazi cave. Like, go ahead, Larry.
I think it's like anything. If you're just bad, then you go to jail. If you're horrible, then they leave you alone, partly because they're fearful, but partly because you become a useful tool. You know, because then you can do all kinds of stuff, and they can have plausible deniability, but you're doing their bidding. So it's like if you're just a bad guy, then you're just disposable. But if you're horrible, you're absolutely vile and repugnant and useful, then you can get away with a lot of stuff. It's sort of like with Vigilante, when they said, shouldn't we be arresting that guy and he wanted for murder in like how many ever areas? And they were like, nah, we have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
They didn't care about him.
Yeah.
They were like, he's taking out bad guys. What do we care? Leave him be.
Yeah.
But check this out. Vigilante is going to be a fan favorite. I can already see it coming. Yeah. When PeaceMaker was trapped by the last butterfly, that shit was so fun. Now that was funny. Like the butterfly put the electricity torture thing on Vigilante's penis. And John Cena was just basically like, you're not really shocking me, so I'm not telling nothing.
Don't worry, I won't tell him anything.
You can tell him a little.
But the funny thing, why was that dude's toe not come off? He was like, why won't your toe come off?
And Vince
got a dull blade.
Yeah, Vince was like, you need to get a better knife.
He was like, don't you sharpen your blades?
And then, fellas, what was up with Murs? What was up with his bomb? He couldn't get
he should be dead. Yes.
Bird should be dead.
Yeah.
Bird got up. Like, no.
Like, bruh, like, so here's
the thing. He my favorite, though.
Mur?
Yeah, he my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, he one of my favorites.
I feel like I don't know nothing about him other than prior to this, he's been just a damn mercenary.
He's practical. He wants common sense shoes. Like, are you telling me that we're trying to get this man on our side, and the way you do that is by framing his father? Like, I'm like, I felt the frustration. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty stupid. I'm not going to text you when I'm going to go take a shit. Why would I text you when I'm going to take a shit? I was rolling.
I love the scene by the tree when he was talking about, I've never expressed an emotion ever. And he was like, and then he was saying something, and he was like, you just did that? He said, no, I'm not really hungry. I just felt like it was an opportunity for personal growth.
That was nuts.
Yeah, that
was nuts, man.
Because I'm rewatching it right now because I wanted to rewatch like all 3 episodes before I came over here. But I'm definitely looking at Mern a little bit different because out of all of them, he's probably like B.A. said, he's the most practical. Like, bro.
Yeah,
he get frustrated. He's like the adult in the situation. Like, bro, what are y'all doing? Y'all are pissing me off right now.
Yeah, I'm glad Big Tasty's in there though. Tasty from whatchamacallit, from Orange is the New Black. I like her. Yeah, I like her.
I just want to know what they're gonna do with her. That's all. I just kind of want to know what are they because if she's really Waller's daughter, there is a bigger role she's going to wind up having to play.
I wonder what that skill set is too. Like, and her freezing up when she was about to, because she like gives off this, "Oh, I'm tough," you know what I'm saying? I'm ready for this. And then she had to shoot old dude, and like you kind of see like the definite difference between her and Amanda Waller. Because if Amanda Waller would have been face to face with that guy, she would have shot him with literally zero hesitation.
Yeah,
no.
She's like, "What are you doing?" He saw her face. Like she's like, "Never killed anybody before. Like this is not natural." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we saw the way Amanda Waller took out her tech team and Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
she just went down the line with blah 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 blah.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Man, you would think one of them would have got up and tried to run.
yeah. That didn't take long at all, bro. Amanda Waller, a sniper.
Here's a question I got. Y'all see the tension building. How long before this chick go ahead and break down and sleep with PeaceMaker?
Man.
Oh, I give it maybe 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
Maybe.
2?
Ooh.
Maybe.
She's gonna give up the goods?
So Larry, you saying it could be a hard, it could be next episode.
She's already given it up to him. It's just in her head already. They always say women know the moment whether or not they're going to give it up. She always, just like what she said when she was in the bar and said something, just because you're handsome, blah, blah, blah. And he said, "Oh, you think I'm handsome?" You know, it's like she's already thought about it. She just hasn't actually physically done the deed yet. So it's coming.
Okay. So let me
and the thing is, the great thing for him is she knows everything about him. She's seen all of his files. She knows he is an entire whole piece of trash, garbage human being. So there's nothing that he's going to do to surprise her. It's not like she's going to think he's this nice guy or something, and then he's going to start saying stuff that's going to offend her, and she's going to be like, ugh. She knows who he is, and she's already decided she wants to do it. So,
Lamont, how many people we got in the chat right now?
We've got 150 watching.
150 watching. Okay, so I'm just curious. With 150 people watching, you think it'll be kind of difficult to point out every comment in the live chat? You know, we can't show everybody love. The reason I'm bringing it up is, Doe Gang, I've scrolled up as far as I possibly could. My dude or woman, you have not asked one question for us to address, and you calling us out for not addressing you. So you did want some attention, and I'm giving it to you. I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm just saying, because we all want to be good hosts and guests. But I just feel that your statement is impossible. You know, like I don't see a question that you've asked, and you know, I mean, you see, if you want to send in a super chat to gain some to help this brother out, you know, you can. But how we supposed to pick that out, bro, or lady? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but you know, I just want a healthy comment section. Anyway,
well, since we're addressing people in the comments section, can I say what up to D Weave support gaming? You know, Lime Jello in the house. Armani, what's up? What's up? I'm seeing you guys out there. Nina Ray in the building. You know, I see Havoc.
What's up, everybody? What's up? So now I'm gonna do the ending portion of us discussing PeaceMaker, and of course I'm gonna start with one take. How you feeling about? You told me this was gonna be one of the top 3 comic TV shows of the year. How you feeling about that explosive prediction?
I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna definitely tell you. With these first 3 episodes, I feel like they have like planted the seeds for something that can be very special. And watch this. I'm gonna tell you another secret, Lamont. By the end of this show, by episode, because I think it's gonna be 10 episodes. By the end of this show, you're gonna say, "I was wrong about John Cena."
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Mark it. Get ready.
Ain't no way.
I like it.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be here for it.
And if it happens, I'm gonna say it, because I'm not a man who's not willing to admit when I'm wrong. I say I'm sorry all the time. It's being an adult. So if it happens, I'm gonna say. But there is how many? God, How many episodes we got of this, man?
Lamont can't even keep a straight face without. He's never will I say that.
Be able to give us a closing position on the rest of this season and what you think is going to happen.
I'm thinking we may have to get more of the Suicide Squad to come in the fold.
That's what I want to ask. I want to ask.
I mean, if it's a global threat, alien invasion, like why would you not want to do that? Because you're gonna call the Suicide Squad for Coto Martiz to take out what was it, Starfit? What's his name? Starro. And that was on an island. This is butterflies all over the world. So you gotta
the map.
Yeah, you got to bring in the rest of the crew. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this, Behavior. Do you think we'll actually get to see him in a show, or do you think it'll be like one of those montages where we see other like Suicide Squad members just around the globe killing people?
Oh, to be honest, probably the latter, them killing, because it's probably money, and budget. I don't know though. It was reported that James Gunn is working on another secret DC project, so we don't know if it's gonna be the sequel to this. I don't know.
That would be dope if they ended this leading into a movie.
Yes,
with the butter where then they take out the butterflies.
That's super.
That would
dope.
be hot. That would be hot.
Yeah.
That would be hot.
Yeah.
Well, let me Larry, before we go to you, let me ask you guys one more thing. Anybody familiar with the butterflies source material in the comics?
No,
I'm not.
Not.
Now I'm familiar with the stars and the starfish and all that because that ties to Superman a little bit. But the butterflies, literally, I'm coming just
You stupid as hell, bro. I know you was laughing your ass off when you was putting that organizing the show. Like, yeah, I can't wait to put this up.
Oh man!
Not to mention, I had the one with not to mention this one that I'm sure one take sat back and watched. That now is a super chat reply.
You're fucking him because you were too busy fucking Z. You're fucking him. You're fucking him. You're fucking him.
Boy, I had a good time putting this show together tonight. So, Larry, that brings us to you, my brother. Close it out for us. What are you expecting to see? You've given some gems on this show tonight, my brother. I got to give it to you. Hey, you hitting them hard.
I fully expect to see PeaceMaker smash Hardcore.
Yeah.
I think Eagly is going to be over there in the corner watching.
Oh man!
I mean, that's what it's gonna be.
Wow.
I'm dying.
You can't bring it down.
Yeah, you got to bring in the neighbor too.
Now that the visuals in your mind, you can't unsee it.
The neighbor, yeah.
See, I can't even close it. B. Avery just brought up another point because it was so many. That neighbor was funny as hell. Did you see the neighbor face when they arrested the deputy?
He was like, "You heard, yeah."
Oh no! I was talking about the white chick that they ran the train on. I was saying that she was gonna join in the fun with Hardcore and Chris
and Peace. Yeah,
bro, that was so messed up. I said, "Yo, these boys just ran the train to the dude's wife. She just did that shit
on the dude's wife, on the dude's wife." And but one take, she was trying to give it to him.
She was in front of him.
In front of the husband.
It's messed up.
They tied up and shit, and she up there trying to give him the draw.
They've been married 7 years.
7 years.
7
year itch.
Yeah. And my bad, Larry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Wipe that off.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Man. This I'm gonna enjoy Fridays talking about this with y'all. This is gonna be some mess. This is gonna be some mess, man. It's gonna be some mess. But
this just goes back to prove my point. The best live action stuff in DC is always with their villains. Their heroes suck. Their villains are great.
Christ, man.
Their villains are great.
That was another way to deliver that, Larry.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Their villains are one-dimensional, and their heroes are one-dimensional, and their villains are just dynamic and fun to watch.
Christ, man.
Batman,
well-rounded
wait a minute,
people.
man. Batman is one-dimensional.
Batman is kind of cool. I like him. He's cool. I like not all the Batmans, but I do like Ben Affleck as Batman. Definitely like him, and I liked what's his name as Batman too. What was the dude that played right before him?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm waiting to see how Robert Pattinson's gonna be, because that could be a win, but it could be a serious no-go too. So I'm not gonna have any judgment. I'm going into that completely open-minded and hoping that he does great.
As a Batman fan, I can't say the same thing because I'm super biased because he's my favorite superhero. But I will make a prediction right now: his Batman will be great. His Bruce Wayne will be terrible.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know, because he's British and people love those Brits. They love that law, but I guess he's gonna have to get rid of that accent. So
it's like from the trailer. And once again, I'm only going off of what we've seen thus far. I don't want to like switch subjects or anything, but I've seen his Batman and his Bruce Wayne seem like they're one and the same, and I feel like they're in order. Like Batman is like who he is, and Bruce Wayne is the persona that he puts on. But it doesn't seem like he's putting on any persona. It's just like he's like emo and just mad all the time. So
I'm gonna go out here and say, and I know I rail on this often, but I'm gonna go out there and say, if we have a British Batman, there's no reason why we can't have an American James Bond. You know, I'm saying they want to bring the Brits in to play Batman. Then I'm gonna go ahead and say we should just go ahead and have an American James Bond. So. I mean, but I mean, you're right. Batman's solid. I haven't enjoyed the Superman movies. The first Wonder Woman was solid. I like that. The Justice League, gosh, that was just and even the remix, the 4-hour joint, that was just it was too long. I think I liked it better than the first one, but I think it was a little too long. I'm looking forward to them finally doing I'm hoping that maybe James Gunn will take over and do like a really gritty Super Friends movie. That's what I'm hoping to see. So
we've got a super chat from Ryan Gilliam. What if Lawrence Fishburne played Magneto in the new MCU? BA, I give that to you. What do you think about that?
I mean, his struggle would have to be the civil rights movement, but
yeah.
I don't think that is enough. I can't even articulate my words. I'm not cool with it. I'll just say that. Okay. I would like for them to stick to. I mean, it's not a bad idea. What's his name, Ryan? It's not a horrible idea. I wouldn't be upset, but if it was up to me, I would stick with the traditional story that they came from concentration camps in World War II. Yeah, World War II. Now, people are like, well, if that's the case, they're gonna be like 90 years old. You know, I think the solution to that is once they introduce mutants to the MCU, what if mutants alone don't age as fast as regular human beings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that'll be. Excuse me, I think
that's already the case when you look at Wolverine.
No.
Well, yeah.
It'd just be
because he got him.
Theirs would be lesser and just
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The his. Right. So, but yeah, I agree with B. Because I was actually just going to ask y'all that. How did y'all want them to like cast like age wise for like Magneto and Professor X?
So I mean, he's asking a question that's transitioning to my very last subject anyway. So here's another super chat. Christopher Nolan gave us an American James Bond, a black James Bond, Tenet. I think I've got people up here that enjoyed Tenet. I'll give that one to you one take. What you think about that, and then I'll hit Larry.
Tenet I definitely enjoyed Tenet. It was a weird film. I don't think the two correlate the same though. Because like Tenet's not like a known like wasn't like an already established property like James Bond did. I get what they're saying. It's like, oh, you just make another spy type film. Or with some cool actor, but I don't think that necessarily makes it James Bond though.
Okay, Larry, what you think?
Yeah, definitely not. First of all, Tenet was whack, and second of all, I'm still dissing that movie because right in the middle of the first part of the pandemic, that fool was trying to force people to go to the theater to see it. For that, I'm calling that dude a piece of trash for that. Because that was just a straight greedy, just money grab with people's lives at risk, and the movie just wasn't even good. It just wasn't good. It was barely followable. It was bare. I mean, he was trying to be so clever with the story that he lost the story. It was just, I didn't enjoy it. But I will say that I would be okay with a black Bond. I'm not. I joke when I say have an American Bond because I would be happy to see.
Get that off the screen.
No way. I'm right with it. I'm right with it.
The first Shazam, the first Shazam. But if I'll tell you this, if Black Adam is as good as that Black Adam Superman short that they just put out on HBO Max, then it's gonna be fire. The movie's gonna be fire if it's like that.
Oh, so Larry, you saw the cartoon? You saw?
I did. Yeah.
And Larry, that shit was bananas, wasn't it?
It was dope. It was dope. If the live action's like that, it's gonna be good.
B. Avery, can you stop? This is my channel. I will not have any of this on my channel to one of your super fans. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We ain't
doing the Lord's work, man. That's what we doing.
Oh my God! No, he didn't say.
Oh man.
So, fellas, I'm gonna get you guys out of here on this. This will be fast.
Oh, I did want to talk about the Magneto thing right quick, though, man.
Oh, go ahead.
And I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh, hell no," but think about it. Some of the people who can play some of the best villains are comedians, because somehow that energy transitions really well to being villains. And you probably will laugh. I think Larry David could play a really evil Magneto. I think he can play that really well.
I thought you was gonna say Jim Carrey. Larry David too old.
He is old, but they're supposed to be old. Remember that these dudes were in World War II. They were in concentration camps, and that's part of the reason why I think B. Avery was saying you can't have a black Magneto, because that whole storyline with Magneto and what's his name. One of the reasons why Magneto is so angry and hates humanity so much is because he saw all the horrors of living through a concentration camp. And so he's just like, no, humanity is a waste of space. They need to be gone. We need to be done with them. We've evolved. We're better than humans now.
100%. 100%.
But the problem with Magneto is he's actually following some of the same reasons why those people was in concentration camps in the first place. Because
there's that whole thing. Yes.
Right. You know, that dynamic.
You become your torturer.
But Larry, I gotta say this. Even you always bring up the fact that, like, when you bringing in somebody to like the MCU, you need somebody who is able to carry on for at least 10 years, at the least 10. And considering the fact that we probably won't see him for another 5?
8, maybe 8.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody we're gonna need to bring in.
8 years?
I think it's gonna be 8. Yeah.
Before we see Magneto in the
Magneto, yep.
No, it'll be. But I think it'll be before that. I get where you're coming from. That you want someone that can be there for a little while. But he's supposed to be. But he's already Magneto. When we see him, generally, he's supposed to be a little bit older because he has already survived World War II and he's gone through. So I would be okay with saying, like, maybe let Brad Pitt shave his head, or he didn't need to shave his head, but let him come in there and put in and become Magneto. That could be fun. Here's this. Here's one. Daniel Craig, because he's no longer going to be Bond and he's Jewish.
Well, I think Daniel Craig actually works too.
Yeah. Let's go this route. Since we're talking about people coming to the MCU, we talked about Tennant and John David Washington. We're talking about making a black Magneto. This was dropped by Killmonger. He wants Denzel Washington to come into the MCU. Now, the thing that he wants to know is, who would he be? I had at first said I would like to see him be one of the elders with Wakanda so that his son could be the new T'Challa. But you guys bring up interesting points. As we're going to mess around and make Magneto black, who could you see Denzel Washington playing? Larry, I'll start with you.
Whistler.
Okay.
I see him playing Whistler.
Okay. B. Avery. Who you got? Look, B. Avery like he about to be.
I don't know about Whistler.
B. Avery looks like he had to go to the bathroom.
I'm about to be scared.
I'm talking some shit. I'm about to do.
Whistler. I don't know.
I like him as Whistler.
I don't know. Maybe because they're going to have a Wakanda series, and you know, one of them is going to be the origin of Wakanda. So, like you kind of said, he can be one of the elders, or he can be the Black Panther. You know, the first one or the second Black Panther, or something like that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I don't know about Bishop.
Nah. Because everybody else is so much more younger than what. I mean, Denzel looks young for his age, but on screen, would he look young playing? He would have to be someone in the multiverse that's older. I think he could be an older Black Panther. He could be. How about this? He could be the older version of Blue Marvel in the multiverse. I could see that.
What if he's Bass?
Okay.
The Panther God Bass.
Yes, I'm with that. That'd be perfect for him. That'd be perfect. What one day.
I want to ask you this: Is Jeffrey Wright gonna actually be the Watcher when they bring the Watcher in?
I hope so.
I hope so.
He'll be pulling double duty too. Because he's DC and Marvel.
Yep. I hope so. Because that man, I don't want to hear no other voice being the Watcher but him at this point. Right now. Yeah. So what you got? One take before we get out of here. Who you got?
Galactus.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn. I didn't think about that. now that's outside. That's outside the box, outside the Earth, outside the galaxy.
Oh yeah, or Silver Surfer.
What?
Because Lawrence Fishburne was Silver Surfer in the first one.
Yeah, but that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But what?
It's a silver character though.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Lawrence Fishburne was Silver Surfer?
Yeah, wasn't Lawrence Fishburne Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie? Am I tripping?
Whoa, I just don't think
I
knew
don't
that.
remember.
Hold on.
I don't remember that either. I don't remember that.
Hold on, Fantastic.
Because I was about to say Lawrence Fishburne must went and got on the keto diet because that dude whoever it was kind of ripped.
I think they're about to cast the Fantastic Four, the new one, aren't they? I read something today. They're about to start casting.
I'm with one take. I like Galactus. I would love Denzel's voice to be Galactus.
Yo, he was.
He was
yeah.
B. Avery.
Yeah. He was Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
There you go.
What?
You didn't know that, bro?
And it was like,
I'm losing on the Schmodown.
20 years ago.
Yeah. Damn. He could do the voice, you know.
Damn. I did not know that.
Wow.
You seen the movie though? Have you seen
it?
Okay.
I looked at it, I never saw Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
You know, whoever earlier mentioned about a Black Magneto, you could have Dave Chappelle play one. I mean, he already played a white dude when he played Clayton Bigsby. So
ladies and gentlemen, we about to get out of here before Larry get us in trouble. That's enough of this craziness for one night. I hope you guys have welcomed us back into your New Year life's plan because we is back and we is nuttier than ever. Be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel. They've got great content. One Take is making big gains. B. Avery be putting out that fire. Larry keeps bringing you guys tech, and you know I'm here for your TV reviews, and I'll be getting the movie reviews and interviews this year. Come back and see us. I'll be back on Sunday night till that next sex is here.
Love you, Myra.
Love you, Myra. I got you
Myra,
back.
go rewatch Shazam.
Yep. And hashtag Denzel as Galactus. Peace.